Dragon Masters: Rise of the Earth Dragon by Tracey West. Chapter 12: A Sneaky Plan. The two figures turned around. It was Rory and Anna. "What do you want?" Drake asked. "Go back to sleep," Rory snapped. "Why should I?" he snapped back. Drake was tired of Rory being so bossy. "Yeah, why should he?" Bo said. "And why are you two here?" Anna spoke up. "We are going to bring our dragons outside while the rest of the castle is asleep. Do you guys want to come? You two can bring Worm and Shoe." "That's a bad idea," Bo said. "No, it's not," Rory said. "We're dragon masters. We should be able to take our dragons out whenever we want to." "You have a point," Drake agreed. "And I do think Worm would like to go outside again." Bo looked worried. "What if Griffith finds out?" he asked. "What if the king finds out?" "They won't find out," Rory said, "so long as neither of you say anything." She looked them both in the eyes. "Well, come on then," said Anna. Drake slipped on his shoes. He followed the others down the hill. The door to Griffith's room was open. He was snoring loudly. Rory put a finger to her lips. "Shh!" As they tiptoed past the door, Drake peeked inside. The wizard's long beard flew up every time he snored. The dragon masters walked down the stairs. The guard in front of the training room door was asleep too. "That's Simon," Rory whispered. "He always falls asleep." They tiptoed past Simon and into the training room. The torches were not lit, so the room was black. Rory lit a candle. Then she passed candles to each of them. "Now let's get the dragons," she said, still whispering. They reached Vulcan's cave first. Rory opened the gate. "Wake up, Vulcan," she said. "We're going outside." Grumbling, Vulcan got to his feet. Anna and Bo woke up their dragons. Drake went into Worm's cage. "Hey, Worm, do you want to go outside?" Drake asked. Worm lifted his head. His eyes shot wide open. They stared right at Drake. Drake got a strange feeling. "Come on, Worm," Drake said. But Worm didn't move. He just stared at Drake. "Is he trying to tell me something?" Drake wondered. Rory, Anna, and Bo walked up to Worm's cave with their dragons. "Is Worm coming?" Rory asked. Suddenly, Drake froze. He heard words inside of his head. "Do not go into the tunnel." Chapter 13: Trouble in the Tunnel. Did Worm just speak to me through his thoughts? Drake did not know what to think, but he had a feeling those words of warning had come from Worm. "Drake, what's the matter?" Anna asked. "It's... I'm not sure," he said. "What would they think if I told them I just heard words in my head? Worm doesn't want to go." "Fine, stay here. Be a big chicken," Rory snapped. "I didn't say I was staying," Drake shot back. I'll come along without Worm." As soon as he said it, Worm crawled out of the cave. "Look, he's coming with us," Anna said. Drake didn't hear any more words in his head. Maybe Worm had changed his mind. Rory led Vulcan forward. "Let's get moving." They headed into the long tunnel that led outside. The torches on the walls weren't lit, and their candles weren't doing much to light things up. "Kipri can light the way," Anna said. But before she could give the command, Rory cried out, "Look!" Drake craned his neck to look around the dragons in front of him. Then he saw it. A glowing red orb floated towards them. It grew bigger and bigger as it got closer. "That looks like wizard magic," Anna cried. But it's not Griffith's magic, said Bo. It feels scary. Just then, Vulcan let out a loud roar. His big tail thrashed back and forth. Calm down, Vulcan, Rory yelled, but her dragon was very upset. Whack! Whack! Vulcan's tail banged against the side of the tunnel. His big body slammed against the walls. Kipri and Shu cried out. They both tried to turn back. Only Worm stayed calm. The tunnel began to shake. Dirt fell from the walls. The dragon masters looked at one another. Run! Drake yelled. But it was too late. The walls caved in around them. Find the next video for chapters 14 and 15.